What's going on, guys? My name is Gio, and today I'm here with another video for chatting with friends. And today I'm with my friend Neb Pincurchin, if you want to talk.
Hello, I'm Neb Pincurchin, and I have a Pokemon YouTube channel, so yeah.
Okay, so today the topic we're going to be talking about is eSports, number 1, like I made the video on, and then number 2, we're going to be talking about the worst fan bases for video games.
So I'll start.
Yeah.
I think that the game we're playing right now is Fortnite. I think Fortnite has a really bad fan base, specifically because, I think, okay, I like Fortnite, don't get me wrong, like, it was really fun. It used to be really, really fun. It still is pretty fun. Not as fun, obviously. But, people, when anything gets big, it could be anything. It could be music, it could be video games, it could be anything. When any community gets big, people who are like toxic and people who are just like people who are just really annoying and just like idiots join the community. A perfect example of this is Allie. When Fortnite was at its peak in season 4, Allie joined and he was like, OMG, Superman skin in Fortnite. Like, it's fake clickbait titles. That's one reason, and I think tons of kids joined the Fortnite community, and that's when people saw it as a joke. Because there's little kids going, we like Fortnite, we like Fortnite, who likes Fortnite? That iconic video that's hilarious, but also awful. And yeah, I think Fortnite has probably either the worst or one of the worst fan bases of any game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so for the viewers watching right now, yeah, we are playing Fortnite right now, but to be honest, if it were me, because of like how the fan base is and the way that people are, if it weren't for the fact that we were on different consoles, I'd probably be using a different type of game if it were to get both of us, because Fortnite, I mean, the only reason I really wanted to use Fortnite is because of the fact that since we're on crossplay, it'll pick up the microphone. But yeah, I completely agree with you when it comes to the way that the fan base is. Like, I'm pretty sure like a lot of clickbait and little kids completely just tarnish the game.
Like, I honestly could list 10 different fan bases that are awful for different reasons. I could list Five Nights at Freddy's, I could list Fortnite, like I said. My Little Pony, that one is, I can't even just know. This one might make people mad, but BTS, if you count that as a community, they're just awful people. Yeah, tons more communities. There's just awful communities. When anything gets popular, it just becomes a joke, because people join the community, and everyone sees the community as a joke.
I mean, personally, another fan base I would say is pretty bad. The Undertale fan base can be pretty bad at times. Like,
I can agree. Any game, honestly, my favorite game of all time is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and even that community is awful. The creator of the game, Masahiro Sakurai, spent an entire year working on this game and is spending more time of his days working on new characters to put in the game, and what the fan base does, sends him death threats, sends him mean emails and comments because he doesn't add a character they don't like. Like, the guy works so hard, him and his team work so hard, and yet they get like harassed for putting in a character or something. Like, and they never agree, and other things in community, there's always controversy, always arguments. Like, that happens, but it gets really, really bad.
I mean, another thing I'm gonna say for bad communities, the Sonic community.
That's the worst. That's worse. That's like worse.
Sonic
like, I don't think Mario's community is bad. I don't think it's very bad. But I think Sonic community, definitely awful.
Okay, like, and then I got another community for you. This one might sort of top a bunch of them. 3 words. The Paul Bros.
Oh, that was never good though. To be completely fair, I think their community was bad from the start.
Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Oh,
Yeah, they're
Oh.
the worst.
Again, if
Because
you're a fan base of any of these, I'm not saying all of you are bad. If any of you are
yeah,
fans of these,
we're not calling you out or anything. Like if you watching this are part of any of these fan bases, we're not
that's
saying that
completely
you're
fine.
bad or your thing is bad. Who knows? You could be perfectly fine. You could be one of the good people in every fan base. There
We're
is
just saying
always
the
a good group
majority.
of people in a fan base.
Yeah, we're
But
not
we're
saying
talking
you're
about
bad.
general people.
We just
Yeah,
mean the
you're fine.
majority.
Yeah, I'm assuming if you're watching this video right now and you like Fortnite, I'm assuming you're not a 5-year-old who goes, we like Fortnite, we like Fortnite. I'm not assuming that. You're
Yeah.
fine. But like, it's the communities, the groups of people that make that make games bad.
Yeah. It's mostly, so then I guess let's transition a bit into esports maybe. So obviously I made a video on the whole esports thing. I guess let's transition from bad fan bases and maybe go to, how do you feel about like the people like on the internet who, like, the adults that think that video games are stupid and all that?
My opinion on esports, I think esports are incredible. I think esports, they don't have to be classified as a sport. I think they're their own category. I think there could be a whole new type of sports. Not because the common argument with people is esports are not real sports because they're not physically demanding like other sports are. I think that is ridiculous. I don't think a sport should have to be completely physically demanding. I'd say the only couple of sports that are really, really physically demanding are football and soccer and baseball, the big sports, and hockey. Of course. Like,
Yeah.
I think the big sports are. But sports in the Olympics, like some aren't really physically demanding. Curling is a sport, and curling is not very physically demanding. But I think esports, I think people don't have to agree that they're actual sports. I think they could be their own category. I don't think they need to be.
Yeah, I kind of think that they're in their own
classified as
separate
a
category
sport.
too. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I
I think it's incredible how HoobeZa, who's 16, right? 16?
yeah, he's 16.
HoobeZa, who's 16, won a tournament where he won $3 million. That
Yeah,
is insane.
And if you think he
I
was selfish with it, he gave it all to his mom.
The other day, I saw a video, and it was about HoobeZa. And it was not just about HoobeZa, but it was about esports in general. And it was a great video, completely debunking the fact of these people. But in the video, I hated the video only because there's clips of these people in these news stations, full-grown adults making fun of HoobeZa and other people in the esports community because they go, oh, video games aren't sports. These people are this. They were literally making fun of a 16-year-old who won $3 million, which is more than they probably make a year.
Yeah, it's kind
They
of
make
like,
fun of him for like 16 minutes. Or they make fun of him for like 18 minutes on the news station.
it's kind of like, just imagine if it were the other way around, and then it was like you had where, like, being a news anchor to, like, making videos was ridiculous. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you can't make it with that. You're just sitting in front of a camera and talking. Are you a psychopath?
That's the same thing. People say YouTube isn't a job because YouTube you just sit and make videos. No.
Personally,
YouTube
I
is
find it as a hobby right now.
YouTube, for bigger channels, like it's jobs. But like, I think YouTube is a job for some people because they have to edit, they have to record, they have to edit. If you really are into that, you have to record, you have to edit, you have to upload, you have to take criticism. I think the problem with people is, just because something isn't exactly like the way they think it is, they think it's wrong. People think esports shouldn't be sports because they're not like football. It's not a fair comparison. Football is a sport and hockey, they're sports where you, like football, you tackle and you run. Esports are different. Just because something is different doesn't mean you have to blindly hate on it.
Yeah,
Give it a chance.
It's like grown
Watch
adults.
an esports gaming event. People like it. People like esports. At that Fortnite tournament, there was like hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, or not millions, but I don't know how many people were there. But there were lots of people there who enjoyed watching it. and
Yeah,
enjoyed playing in the event.
besides that, I mentioned in my video about esports versus regular sports. If you don't think this is a big deal, like I said, there are sold-out arenas everywhere, and that even if you go on YouTube, like I said, when you're calculating how many views calculating how many views that the videos for the Fortnite World Cup got, combine those together and you've got 29.1 million views, and it's still just a small thing to some people.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me how it's seen, like, people just hate on it so much. Esports, I don't think esports have to be classified as sports. I think they're like their own kind of category, like I said. But I think it's just, I think people who blindly hate on it really, like, need to understand it. Like, they really need to get used to esports and understand esports.
Yeah,
I don't think something should be classified as a sport just because it's not like another sport. Just because it's not like baseball, where you have to smack a baseball and run and catch baseballs and stuff. Just because it's not like that doesn't mean that you have to hate on it. It's not really a fair comparison.
I mean, like, they're two separate things, and I can see if people are criticizing it, but at the same time, it's just the same as other sports. Like,
yeah,
other
and
sports
it's
have
also
fan
the
bases, this is
same,
fan bases.
it's the same kind of critiques you see. It's like the same argument, and it can be debunked easily.
Like,
They say it's not a sport because it's not physically demanding. Something shouldn't have to be physically demanding to be a sport.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like saying, like, I can't really think of a great example, but it's like saying something isn't, like, let's say something isn't a food because it doesn't taste good. That doesn't make sense.
yeah, it's sort of like they're kind of like, what am I trying to say here? All I'm trying to say is, you may not like it, but at the same time, it's making millions of dollars. And
yeah, it's not even about the money aspect too. People enjoy participating. People enjoy watching. I honestly, the game I'm playing most right now is Overwatch, and there is a whole Overwatch esports community of people. There are like 20 teams of like over 6 people who play Overwatch, go to tournaments, have fun, and get paid. They're on teams. It's awesome seeing people like work together and participate. And people go.
At the same time, I'm not saying like obviously me, I'm a gamer, but I mostly just play video games for fun. You have to be in like the top 0.5% of people if you even want to make it to the tops when it comes to gaming.
Yeah, I think I see, like you said earlier, you see YouTube as a hobby, I see video games as a hobby. I don't think video games, obviously right now, have to be so like, oh, do this and win tournaments and this and that.
Video games is just, maybe if you're that far, you can go and get some rewards.
Yeah, if you really want video games like to be like HoobeZa, if you want your job to be playing video games and participating in tournaments, go ahead, enjoy yourself. I just think it's unfair how people make fun of people who are in the esports community, even though they never tried it. And if they tried doing esports, they just would not survive. If they tried doing normal sports, they probably wouldn't survive.
I would ask you the question.
Yet they critique it.
I'd ask them the question. If you were young and you had the opportunity to be paid for something that you enjoy doing, like as a hobby, would you do it? Like,
Yeah,
if you
that's
had the
a great
opportunity,
question.
wouldn't
That's a
you
great
do it?
statement. Yeah, if you enjoy anything, if you enjoy gardening, if you enjoy, we're doing bowling in Fortnite. If you enjoy bowling, you can be a professional bowler.
Yeah,
If you like something that's a hobby, instead of
like-
knocking on it, you should support it. Say, hey, great on you for
let's
doing
relate this
something
back
you
to
love.
normal sports. So let's say you go to a kid and you say, wow, you're really gonna go and you're gonna be a professional, like let's say football player. You're really gonna go play in the NFL. That's just something that you enjoy doing. You really think that it's a hobby?
Yeah.
It's just a hobby.
You enjoy playing football? Well, you're probably never gonna make it. Yeah, it's just dumb.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the viewers before we cut off the video?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
So yeah,
And
everyone.
all you viewers, have a great rest of your day.
Welcome back to, or yeah, so that concludes another episode of Let's Chat with Friends, or Chatting with Friends, I mean. Anyways, so that concludes another video. Be sure to go down to the bio and check out Neb Pincurchin's channel. Maybe leave him a comment, subscribe to him if you want to. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. And as
Bye,
always,
guys.
stay awesome.